Shalom Yeladim, happy Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the month of freedom. All right, Yeladim. So I'm going to start with our Parsha project this week. It's a little different than usual. Usually we make a project that we put into our Parsha books, but this week I thought of something new. I wanted to do something because we really are davening a lot, that Hashem help us through this and that we should be back in school soon. So I wanted to do something related to our Siddur, because in this week's Parsha we learn about korbanot. And we learn how korbanot, because we are unable to do korbanot nowadays, we daven from our Siddur every single day. So we are going to make a bookmark for our Siddur. So your parents got a link on Google Classroom. You can ask them if they already were able to print it off. If they were not able yet, you can say please. These are the two papers you're going to need. You don't need it while you're listening to the video, you'll need it after. So the first is the project. I wrote on it, in this week's Parsha, we learn all about korbanot. We learn that nowadays we daven instead of giving korbanot, since we do not have the Beit Mikdash. Your project this week will be to make a bookmark for your Siddur. Cut out the bookmark and write why you love to daven. You can decorate it with markers and stickers and place it in your Siddur. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. So you see the lines that I wrote here? Okay, everyone see those lines? Those are the lines you're going to cut on. So make sure you're using your safety rules when you're cutting. Cut on the lines. Okay, exactly like Mora's doing. Okay. All right, you see what I'm doing? Okay. And you're going to do this after the video. You put away your scissors safely. Then on it, it says, I love to daven because. So I'm going to write because I love to talk to Hashem and thank Him and thank Hashem for my family and amazing students. Okay? But you can write any reason you love to daven. You might like the singing, you might like the quiet time, whatever you want to write. See? Okay? Then you can take your markers, or if you have stickers, and you can decorate it anyway. Like if you wrote, I love to daven because I like to thank Hashem for flowers, you can make flowers, however you want to do it, okay? Then you're going to take your bookmark and you're going to put it somewhere in your Siddur. So I decided that I'm going to put it in today because it's Rosh Chodesh and we daven Hallel. On page 325 is Hallel. I put it in there. Now if there's a page you have a hard time getting, maybe Shema or whatever, you can put it into that page. And then also that'll help you remember, sometimes davening can be so hard and you forget why you love davening. Maybe you would rather play a game with your friend or your sister, or you would rather play a game. You can always look at your bookmark and remind yourself why you love to daven. All right, so that's the project. All right, next we're going to do the questions. Parashat Hashavua, Parashat Hashavua, Vayikra, Vayikra, Parashat Hashavua, Parashat Hashavua, Vayikra, Vayikra. Now you could take these questions and you can tape them into your book. You might have to just fold the paper a little bit, but you can put it in so you'll have it for Parsha time at the table. When does a Jewish person bring a korban? So 3 reasons: to thank Hashem, to do teshuvah, and to do a mitzvah. So we're going to go through those things: to thank Hashem, to do teshuvah, and to do a mitzvah. So what 3 reasons does a person bring a korban? Let's do it together. To thank Hashem, to do teshuvah, to fulfill a mitzvah. What could make an animal not good to be used for a korban? If it has a wound, that means if it got a boo-boo on it, or if it's not kosher. Okay, so the 2 things that could make it not good korban is if the animal's not kosher. So do you think that you can use a pig for a korban? Do you think we can use a cow? And if it has a wound on it, a wound is like a boo-boo, then we can't use it. How much of a korban olah is burned? So there's a special korban called a korban olah. We burn all of it. All of it is burned. If a poor person did not have enough money to pay for a big animal, what kind of korban could they bring? Two things. A bird or a korban made of flour, oil, or spices. So what could a poor person bring? A bird, make your best bird face, and a korban made of flour, oil, and spices. Who gets part of the korban shelamim, besides Hashem? The person who brought the korban and the kohen. What food do we dip in salt to remind us of the salt that was put on the korban? Bread. When we have challah, we dip our challah into some salt to remember the korban, because they did that for a korban. Until the Beit HaMikdash is rebuilt, what can we do instead of bringing korbanot? We daven. So that's why we're doing our Siddur project. So I'm going to go over all the questions one more time. When does a Jewish person bring a korban? To thank Hashem, to do teshuvah, and fulfill a mitzvah. What could make an animal not good to be used as a korban? If it had a boo-boo, or if it's not kosher. How much of a korban olah is burned? All of it. If a poor person did not have enough money to pay for a big animal, what kind of korban could it bring? A bird? Or a korban made of flour, oil, or spices? Who gets part of the korban besides Hashem? The person who brought the korban and the kohen. What food do we dip in salt to remind us of the salt that was put on every korban? The bread that we eat. So that means our challah. Until the Beit HaMikdash is rebuilt, what can we do instead of bringing korbanot? We daven. So this last time, I'm not going to give you the answers. I'm going to give you time to answer it on your own. And then I'm going to tell you if you're right. When does a Jewish person bring a korban? Let's say it together. Excellent. To thank Hashem, to do teshuvah, to fulfill a mitzvah. Excellent. What could make an animal not good to be used in the korban? If it has a boo-boo, or if it is not kosher. Okay, so let's do those motions again. What could make an animal not good to be used? If it has a boo-boo, or if it is not kosher. How much of the korban olah is buried? Tell me. All of it. Excellent. If a poor person did not have enough money to pay for a big animal, what kind of korban could it bring? Excellent. A bird, or a korban made of flour, oil, or spices. Who gets part of the korban besides Hashem? Excellent. The person who brought it and the kohen. The person who brought it and the kohen. The person who brought it and the kohen. What food do we dip in salt to remind us of the salt that was put on every korban? Some of my favorite thing, bread, challah. Until the Beit HaMikdash is rebuilt, what can we do instead of bringing korbanot? Excellent. Daven. Great job, everybody. Keep davening. Shabbat shalom.